What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, it is appreciated, and today we are working on some multi-piece wheels. Jonathan, you've seen his car here multiple times. Unfortunately, we did not bring it because there's just not enough room to carry these in a Z. He is currently running Kansai's on his car, which they look good. Honestly, I don't have a problem with them. He has never liked those wheels on his car and has wanted to get something else, which, I mean, everybody wants a three-piece wheel for their car anyway, so it works out. So Jonathan picked these up on VR Wheels for $800, which is not bad at all. And I'll be honest with you guys, and Jonathan knows this, so I'm not just bad-mouthing him or nothing, but I'm super picky with my wheels. I will say in person, I like them a little more, but the super big face, like, I'm not like in love with it, but I don't know. It's just, like I said, I'm picky with my wheels because people love Workmeisters. I don't. They don't do it for me. I think the face idea is cool, but I think the face looks really small. So I don't know. I'm super picky with how my wheels look, but I do think these will look good, and with them being three-piece and everything, I do think they will look better than the Kansai's look on his car currently. So I think the $800 was a good purchase. Now, you may have already noticed, but if you're like, $800, that's so cheap for multi-piece wheels and for those, you're right, but there's a reason for it, and I'll go ahead and show you why. Reason number one, his faces look like shit. Granted, they didn't look like that. This is from him messing with them. This is how they came, right, roughly?
Yeah, that's exactly how they came. Okay. They all look that bad.
Okay, so when he bought them, this is how they looked. Are they painted or powder coated, do you know?
They're just black spray paint, because it comes off like nothing.
Okay, so that's good at least, but whoever had these before had them spray painted black, and this was the condition they're in. Definitely not great to look at. The other thing you might be able to notice is these are slightly different sizes. This is actually a 19, those are 20s.
But like, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, 20 is too big on a Z, but it doesn't look bad, it's in the rear. Like, I don't really care.
Personally, I do think 19s are like the perfect size for a wheel. But I don't think the 20s are going to be bad. The good thing about 370s is they are really chunky and really like big as it is, especially in the rear. So I don't think it's going to be a problem as long as his fitment is good. But I think it's going to turn out looking good. The reason that this one looks so good in comparison to the other ones is this one has actually already been taken care of. Jonathan has been spending the last like 5 days, this entire week, just going over this, cleaning this up from that to this. We still need to go ahead and take care of the barrel a little bit. You can see some of the scratches on here, but there was curb rash. He took care of that. It used to look like this, and then clean the faces up and everything, and they're looking really good in comparison to that. So this is what we're going to be doing today, is working on these guys, trying to get as much done as we can so he doesn't have to spend a week on each one of these and wait till Christmas to be able to put these on his car.
Because I would wait till Christmas to put them on my car.
Bit of a struggle, but we got the final face taken out from the barrel. So now we're going to be putting, what is it?
Aircraft remover.
Aircraft remover on this to help get all this paint off of here. Just got to scrub it down, get these completely looking as silver as possible again. You didn't apply any paint to that face, huh? You just cleared everything off?
I took everything off and then sanded it.
Yeah, so after we get everything off, sand it down, the face should, in theory, look like that one. The color and the texture, that looks a little suspicious, Jonathan. You sure you didn't fill it with something else?
If it's this acidic, then that's kind of bad.
Okay, so after putting all that splooge on these guys, splooge, there's still some stuff on them. What did you do after you took it? Hose it off?
Hose it off.
Hose it off. He has been, what? Jeez.
Let me fold this up because I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, I'm about to friggin' sliding all over. About to look like a damn cartoon character. But he's been sanding this one down as you can see, already looking a lot better, a lot closer to how that looked. And this stuff's just the dust from the sander after we wipe it off. It's gonna look a lot better, but from what you guys saw at the beginning to this, to this, to that, coming together pretty nicely, especially like, again, after only 800 bucks for these wheels, like, it's a damn good deal. About 2 hours later, we have been working away at this. My hands feel numb. I'm pretty sure Jonathan's feel the same, just from using.
Our ears are ringing.
Yeah, it's been a lot of sanding between all the different sanders that we've gone through to try and get these to look the way they need to. But can you tell which one of these faces we started the video with that I showed you looked good? If you can't figure it out, it is that guy right there. Once you're up close, you can tell the slight difference. We have yet to put compound on this one, as well as we need to go ahead and spray paint this area. This is the best we can get it with the sander, but the belt sander definitely helped get this done. So this is the aircraft mover that I was talking about. This is what you need in case you have a bunch of paint that you need to get off. Just put it on, let it sit, use a wire brush and scrape it all out to get to where we were. After that, wash them down, and then you're gonna take the sander to them. This is the sander we used for the main face, and then we used a belt sander to get the in-between smaller areas, which helped a lot. What grit did you start with?
I started with 80 grit just to get all of like the imperfections out, the remaining clear coat off, and then I jumped up to a 140, is what it is? 140 or 160 grit. Smooth that out, and then I jumped up to a 240, smooth that out, and then I jumped up to a 400 to get it to this.
So that's about it as far as the sanding and everything goes. And then with this one, he added compound to it just to kind of smooth it out. And then you're pretty much done with the faces as far as that goes, unless you feel like changing the color altogether, then of course you would go ahead and spray your new color over it.
The other thing, if you wanted them to be like a full polish, what you could do is instead of going from stopping at 4, you can go up to 6 and then 8, 1,000 and so on, and then put compound and polish and you can get them to be polished.
So now that the faces are pretty much good, next focus item is working on all the curb rash, trying to get that out as much as we can. And then I think we are going to try and do a brush finish on this. How we're going to do that, we're still trying to figure out. Just because the way we've seen other people do it is they put the wheel on the car, they pretty much hit the gas, and you just sit there with sandpaper and some water and it just sands itself. But we don't want to do that and end up scratching the faces. So it might just have to do the whole thing by hand, which will take a while. But, you know, it's kind of the way it goes with this kind of process. But we have saved Jonathan a lot of time, I think, because again, it took him an entire week to knock out one wheel, and we managed to get 3 other ones done in 3 hours. So I think overall we're making pretty decent time.
If we get the barrels finished today and I just have to put them back together, I would be extremely happy.
So this is the stopping point for right now. Jonathan took the sander on this one, took out a decent amount of the pits and the curb rash. So this one's looking better already. Still need to do all the curb rash areas for these guys, but it's definitely looking a lot better. I don't think I will be helping Jonathan with the rest of this. He is gonna go home and do this. Yaz has a soccer game to play in a little bit, and tomorrow is Thesa's birthday, so really won't have time, but I will pick this camera back up when they're either all finished and on the car or all finished getting ready to be put on the car. So I'll pick this up in a bit. So about a week since that last clip, and Jonathan has officially gotten the wheels perfect and mounted on his car. You ended up fully polishing them?
Yep.
Nice.
I think it looked better in the end, so I decided to.
And here they are, finished and mounted on his car. Honestly, looks pretty damn good, especially from where they started. Now, Jonathan already knows, we've talked about it. I think I said it on this video. I'm not the biggest fan of these faces, but I do think they look good. Honestly, the 20s look really good. I thought the 20s might be a little big, but the 20s look better than the 19s do, in my opinion. As you can see, most of the curb rash is off, and he went ahead and polished the barrels, and it looks much better than what it did when we first got them and started working on them. So to get the curb rash out, what was the grit and how did you go about all that?
Went from 320 by hand, just like formed it around it, just went all the way around. And then once I got most of it out, then I went from 320, then I went up to 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,500. So I get everything out.
Now he just needs to dial in his fitment a little bit more in the front, but the rear looks pretty good. Eventually, this car will be on bags and his fitment will be even better, but this car is coming together. Now we just got to keep working on his other Z to get that to look as good as this. And that's going to be it for this video. Sorry, it's a little bit of a shorter one, but just a simple, quick little project. I don't know about simple, but just a simple video that I wanted to film for you guys. Hopefully it was in-depth enough that if you're trying this at home, you can go ahead and know what to do. He's also going to be uploading a video for this process. His might be a little more in-depth, so make sure you check his out too. And of course, if you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment, dislike, any of that stuff, any type of feedback, I really appreciate. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.